He said he was going to hurt her with a shotgun. He takes her cell phone from her. He starts scrolling through her cell phone and walks away. She tries to get her cell phone back from him, and he's walking towards his car, and he says, "Look what I got." She didn't know what he meant, and he retrieves a shotgun out of the trunk of his car. It alarmed her. She said she feared for her life. This is all from a very bad breakup. Just wouldn't let go. She was 18 years old when all of this happened.
All right, guys. Today's hearing is absolutely wild as Judge Boyd takes the hot seat to decide whether this creep gets hit with a hefty sentence or somehow walks away with just a slap on the wrist. This guy is in court because he couldn't take a hint, stalking, harassing, and outright refusing to leave his ex-girlfriend alone, even going so far as to threaten to harm himself. It's clear he has no concept of what a restraining order actually means, because they aren't just suggestions. Courts can and will enforce them hard. With behavior this reckless and dangerous, the big question is whether the judge will throw the book at him or go easy. What do you guys think his sentence should be? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's dive in.
Police were called because this defendant contacted the uncle, made some, and this is part of State's Exhibit Number 1 that was already given to the court as part of this plea bargain agreement, left a message where he was threatening retaliation against Jade Olguin. They had been in a dating relationship. They were no longer in a dating relationship. Also in that threatening message, videos were attached. One of the videos attached was her before the defendant had reached out again to the same victim, Jade Olguin, saying he needed to talk to her. She agreed to talk to him because he said he was going to hurt her with a shotgun. She is with another female. They meet at a park. When they're at the park, he takes her cell phone from her. He starts scrolling through her cell phone and walks away. She tries to get her cell phone back from him, and he's walking towards his car, and he says, "Look what I got." She didn't know what he meant, and he retrieves a shotgun out of the trunk of his car. It alarmed her. She said she feared for her life. He also displayed the shotgun, threatened harm to her. That is the terroristic threat. He's arrested for that offense. As part of that offense, there's supposed to be no contact with the victim. As I earlier told you, he was booked in March, released May 20th on 2019. On that same day he was released, May 20th, 2019. He's charged with violation of the bond conviction, violation of protective order. Jade Olguin calls the police, shows the police a screenshot from her phone where this defendant private messaged her, contacting her.
I just don't get why some people can't let go. If someone doesn't want you, just move on. It's supposed to be their loss, but nope, this guy goes full unhinged, making wild threats and even pulling that thing out of his trunk. Huge red flags all around. And honestly, it feels like more and more young people are acting out like this lately. I don't know if social media plays a role or if something else is fueling this behavior, but it really seems like people need to take a step back. Or maybe we even need to rethink how social media is used altogether. I have no idea what the solution is, but if you guys have any thoughts, drop them in the comments. One thing's for sure, stalking and harassment aren't just bad ideas, they are literal crimes, so I have no clue what this guy was thinking. Let's dive back in.
Do you have any other criminal history?
No, Your Honor.
It shows there's 4 cases in Bexar County, but the terroristic threat was inputted twice. So these are the only cases that he has. He has no other criminal history. This is all from a very bad breakup. Just wouldn't let go. She was 18 years old when all of this happened. When those very explicit videos are sent to her dad and her uncle, she's being threatened with a gun. She's being contacted after he's been ordered by a court not to contact her. The plea bargain in this case is a cap of 12 months state jail. I think 12 months is appropriate in this case. Also, no contact with the victim, Jade Olguin. And Miss Jade Olguin is not present in the courtroom today. She just wanted to be notified as to the sentencing, so there will be no victim impact.
Defense?
Your Honor,
With regards to the cap of the 12.
my client has taken responsibility. There is no more contact with the young lady. And speaking with him, he has made it abundantly clear that he understood that this was not a smart move on his part, that it was rather childish, rather dumb, and he basically knows better. He has moved on in his life. He has other people that he is now seeing. His mother was here at the last hearing. They're very concerned about him. They do love him. Nobody wishes anything wrong on Miss Holguin.
Is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, just that. I
Just
know.
one moment. Let me have you raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record?
Kevin Johnson.
All right, what did you want to say?
Just, I know what I did was wrong a couple of years, regardless of how long it was ago. I know that it was wrong and I shouldn't have done it. And since then, I think I've become a better person. And I mean, I have a new girlfriend. We've been together almost 4 years.
Wait a second. This guy has a new girlfriend of 4 years? That's honestly hard to believe, and pretty insane considering his history. Like, what happens if she ever wants to leave? I can't even imagine him going through this same obsessive cycle again, but it really feels like he might, especially after being in a relationship for this long. He says he's 24 now, which means he was around 20 when he pulled all that crazy stuff with his ex, a relationship that only lasted a few months to a year. If he was that unhinged over something short-term, I can only imagine what he'd do if this current relationship ever ended. And honestly, how is this new girl even okay with him after everything he did? It's a massive red flag, and I feel like she doesn't even know this is happening right now, because let's be real, any normal person would run the other way. What do you guys think? Would you stay with someone if you found out they had a past like this? Let's dive back in.
My job, I work every day, Monday through Friday. Just overall, I think I've been a better person since then. And I know what I did was wrong, and it was just a dumb teenager thing to do.
Right, how old were you when this was going on?
20, I think. 20, almost 21. No, I'm 24 in September.
I still don't understand why young people themselves in intimate moments.
It's just a dumb high school college thing to do. I'm mature.
And then I don't understand why I'm assuming that you love this person, is that correct?
I'm sorry? Again,
I'm assuming that you love this person.
at one point in time, I did.
So, and I'm assuming that even after the breakup, you supposedly loved this person
At one point in time.
and you were trying to, I guess, have the relationship continue even though it had ended.
But just, I guess, in a way, there's no really explanation.
So I don't understand why you had a big issue with letting go.
Just,
I mean, when someone tells you your relationship is over, you need to move on. If you want to go in your house and cry over it, then you go in your house and cry over it. And, smile even though, as the song says, smile even though your heart is breaking. And then go to your house and cry. But I don't understand. I've read the police reports and the stipulations in this. I don't understand why you couldn't let go. And honestly, I don't even understand with this new relationship, if she were to decide to break things off with you. I'm not saying she will because I'm not in your relationship. I don't even understand why your behavior will be any different.
I believe it because I'm not the same person. I think for the most part, at one point in time, I did have a problem with my anger. But since then, I mean, I'm not an anger person anymore.
What have you done to improve your anger
Just
issues?
changing people I've hung around, who I put myself with, who I associate my time with, and just that kind of stuff. Certain family members don't talk to anymore. Just that, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of, and then just talking every day about my problems rather than.
But anger is your reaction to situations. So I don't understand how you're just saying, it appears to me, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. It appears to me that you're just saying that I don't put myself around people who may anger me. It doesn't appear that there's anything that has changed about your getting angry.
When I'm getting angry or something that upsets me, I just talk about it rather than not talking about it and getting more angry. That always seemed to be my problem before. When I would be upset, I would just let it be upset and then make myself more angry rather than talking about it.
Well, that was a cute little apology from this guy. But do you think it's enough? I'm not sure if he deserves a couple of years behind bars or just a few months. It's a tough call. On one hand, his actions were serious and accountability matters, but on the other, I'm curious if any real lesson has been learned. Either way, It's time to hear what Judge Boyd has to say. Let's dive into the sentencing and see how this all plays out.
Well, Your Honor, for a lot of the reasons that state has pointed out, his age, his record, I think he's acknowledged that he understands and takes responsibility for everything he's done. I would ask for leniency to allow him to demonstrate to the court that he can be a different person. And even when he gets out, he will still be under the control of the state for a while. So we would ask that the minimum be considered, Your Honor, and given to him.
All right, the court will sentence you to 10 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, and that credit will include a total of 23 days. All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Mr. Johnson? All right, so at some point in your life, you may have children. It may be a daughter. It may be a son. I hope that you will speak to them about this issue so that they won't do the same thing. I can tell you that the person that you supposedly love, you shouldn't do hurtful things. Even when they break up with you, you're just supposed to move on. You know, maybe write a letter. Will you take me back? But then if they say no, then the relationship is over and you call it a day. If you would not have sent videos, which again, I don't understand why children do that, you wouldn't be in this situation. If you were to just destroy the videos, you wouldn't be in this situation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you may think, curses, I'm going to be locked up, but take that as a time to internalize. And whatever you do, and I forgot to add this part, there's to be no contact with the complainant whatsoever. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else from either side, then you're excused.
Do you guys think 10 months in jail was fair for everything this guy did to his ex-girlfriend? I mean, she was literally traumatized after all of this. The stalking, the threats, even pulling a pew-pew out. That's pretty extreme. And honestly, I feel like he deserved a bit more time. But then again, maybe people can change if they really put in the effort. So I'm kind of on the fence with this one. What do you guys think? Was justice served? Or should his sentence have been harsher? That's going to wrap up my breakdown of this court hearing. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments what you thought about the whole case. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everyone.